Today's video, we're going to talk about whether or not you should run periodic sales on your e-commerce or other service-based website that you're selling, where you're selling services. Or should you just have low prices to begin with? Everyday low prices, as Walmart used to say, which they don't really have low prices every day anymore. It's just have a few items where they sell less than everybody else to get you fooled, but everything else is not lowest at the lowest price. So anyway, with that said, should you try to get people when they initially see you as cheap, or do you get them to initially see you as an okay price, and then because you can build urgency and perceive scarcity in your offer, get people to buy from you at a higher rate than they would otherwise, because you're saying, oh, we gotta have a discount going this weekend. You're gonna get 20% off anything you buy this weekend, but after this weekend it's over, so that the people that are procrastinators, because most of the people that hit your site for the first time, 80% aren't gonna be ready to buy right then and there when they initially check you out, to use that as a way to get the fence sitters off the fence and back to your site to order. Because a ton of people will have intentions to come back to order from you or buy from you, but they'll never do it because they'll either forget, somebody else will get their money in terms of your competitor, or they get paid and they end up blowing it on some, drugs or whatever the hell that they're going to spend their money on. So a discount does an excellent job of getting that person who says, yeah, I'll buy that at payday, to just buy it now, because they know if they wait till payday, they're going to pay 20% more. Therefore, they're not going to wait. And by the way, they were never going to buy on payday, because when payday hit, they had another bill that came up they had to pay for, and you just never got the sale. And you spent all this money convincing the person they don't have the money. Now it's 2 weeks more before they could buy, and by then they already forgot. So there's some situations where having the lowest pricing is going to make you the most money from your business, as I've personally seen with our dozens and dozens of clients I've worked with, actually hundreds of clients that I work with at this stage. Sometimes not having the discounts will kill literally half the money you're going to make. And I'll explain what the differences are. Long story short, it's when your products or services can be easily cross-compared to other products and services, like easily and in a quick amount of time, marking your prices up to offer discounts a lot of times don't work, because they initially are so turned off by your price that they don't give your marketing pitch a chance to even be heard. They say, oh, too expensive, I'm not going to listen to their sales video or whatever. Whereas in other cases where they can't cross-compare, or where you can sell to them in a vacuum, you're not selling to them from a Google search where they're looking at everybody kind of like a commodity, if you will, but you're selling to them through a funnel, or you got a referral from somebody. They're not considering other options like they're considering your option. So they're not, even if you have something that's the same as other people, they're not considering it, because you have a differentiation in that they know and like and trust you more, or one of the three, that the other competitors don't have. Therefore, you can get away with selling for a little bit more. And in that case, marking it up and then offering the discount will generally get you more sales. So those are the main differentiators that determine whether you should just lay off the sales, don't even worry about them, or definitely start offering them. And there's a specific way to offer the sales that are going to get you the most revenue out of your business if you're going to mark your prices up. Take a little bit of a hit on your conversion rate because your prices are a bit higher, but make it all back and then some, because you have the discount that you can use in your other promotions, other ads that you're running to try to get people back to the site. And just in general, when they first approach you, just seeing that you have a sale, they're more likely to buy from you as well, if you're in the right market as well. So I'm going to talk about all that in today's video. So there are some markets, like I said, that are very price sensitive, where you just got to be able to raise where you're not going to be able to raise your products by even 20% without a major decrease in your ad campaigns that you're running and the conversion rate that you get from the ad campaigns, which if you're not getting that great of a return on your ad campaigns, that just might mean you start losing money and you're working for free. Whereas in other markets, however, you won't do nearly as well offering your product so cheap that you can't even offer a 20% discount, even if you wanted to, because your margins are too thin now. Which is, by the way, generally the cutoff point to get someone considerably excited about a sale is, so in other words, 20% off, it gets people excited. 10% actually is the minimum to get people to care about your sale. Offering a 5% discount ain't going to get anybody to move and do anything, so you might as well not even do it. But 20% is kind of the sweet spot where if they were going to delay their purchase to payday, it's something that will strongly get them to want to buy it now versus waiting to payday if they know they're going to pay 20% more on payday. But 10% will get you some movement there. It'll get you some fit setters to buy from you. And then overall, then as you market to new prospects in your market, it'll help get more out of it. Whereas if you could offer 20%, a lot of times that'll get you even more out of the traffic that you're initially driving to your site to get awareness of your product or service. So, and this, by the way, works even for luxury or prestige items. A lot of people kind of had this middle block that tells them, well, it's a luxury item. Luxury items don't discount. Of course, I get the understanding. Gucci, Prada, they're not going to discount their products because it's a exclusive, it's an item that you buy because nobody else can buy and therefore gives you status. I understand that, but we've sold luxury mailboxes before and other luxury items. Even rich people are stingy and like a deal. So at the very least, you should give it a shot if that's what your thinking is and offer a 10% off for this weekend only for 4th of July, which it works better if you have an excuse for offering the discount. And you'll be surprised by how many of these people so at the end of the day, everybody loves a deal. I don't care if you're a millionaire, you like a deal. The deal gets you to not procrastinate, and that's where the additional revenue is going to come from in your business of the money that you have to invest in marketing. So instead of investing all your marketing to get somebody to your site, either they buy or they don't, people that get to your site that don't buy, you're going to spend 5% of your money marketing to all those people that have been to your site, explaining once a month that you have a 20% off discount to corral those people back, and so that you get a better return out of the initial traffic you drive to your site. And you run one every month, because every month there'll be new people in your sales pipeline. Because you should think of your site as you're building a pipeline. There's people that come to your site, and there's people that need to wait a while before they buy, and then they trickle back. And this promotion that you could run once a month that says you have 20% off for Thanksgiving, 20% off for Christmas, 20% off for January sale, or whatever. That gets more people back than you normally would have gotten otherwise by a good margin in a lot of markets, and it's just what you invest 5% of your total ad budget on an ongoing basis to get the other 95% that you spent to get new traffic to your site to pay off at a much, much higher rate. So we've tested it out for luxury items. Even when clients said, I don't want a discount, we found out that it makes much more money anyway. To give you a couple other examples here, the ladies plus size clothing market, having promos literally doubled the amount of money we could make in this market, which for clothing, it's not directly comparable to other brands. I mean, you could buy a plus size dress, a black plus size dress that has lace on it from multiple vendors, but they're all kind of a little bit different. So in that regard, you can mark them up a little bit, and people don't know the difference. That they don't know that it's 20% higher when they initially see it. It might seem a little bit higher, and it will cut into your initial conversion rate a little bit. But the enormous pull you could get by having people see an ad and that you have something 20% off for this weekend, you'll get a flood of orders during that weekend that you offer that promotion. and it'll way make up for the little bit of, 10% of conversion rate decrease you get because your prices are 20% higher than what they could be. So in that market, it made one hell of a difference offering the discounts, just to give you one example. Whereas in the luxury mailbox space, it also made a considerable difference. We were able to make more than 30% more money from our existing ad budget that we had to manage for the client once we were able to offer 10% off promotions time to time for that business. Basically once a month, we had something going for one weekend of the month. In a lot of markets, by the way, when we run the promotions, we'll run them once a month, but we'll run it all month long. So there's always something going, and we just treat it as a piece of our sales funnel that gets them to buy, and it's just always there. But we don't, so I'll explain, I guess, a little bit later how we implement this, but to give you another example here, though, where the discounts lost money for the company. I admit we fuck stuff up at our agency too sometimes. When we were selling cardboard boxes, for ship, it's a business-to-business sale. Businesses buying cardboard boxes to ship stuff out or whatever they're doing with it. We lost money trying to offer the price when we raised the prices up 20% so we could offer 20% discounts in our ads and the different promotions that I'm going to explain here in a minute. So that gives you an example where it can't work. So again, like I was saying before, in short, if you want to sum this up to know which way this is going to go for your business, when you could easily cross-compare the item that you're selling, it truly is a commodity, raising your prices, at least if you're using like Google traffic to try to from Google ads, get people to buy from you, you'll have so much more friction added to your process, to your offer and buying process initially for that buyer that they know they can get it 20% cheaper somewhere else. You're not going to make it back than offering the 20% off later on. Unless you're going to do something like offer it 20% off on your search ad on Google or on your Google Merchant Center and then through your shopping ad so that right away when they see the ad, they say, oh, it's 20% off this week, which can actually help you, by the way. And then when they get to the site, they can see the old price with the strike through and the sale price. That actually could still make you money. But just to straight up offer it at 20% higher cost to then later on have promotions, emails, whatever show up for them later to pull the people off the fence that are still sitting on the fence and get them to buy, you generally aren't going to make it up. So, but like I said, if you're selling in a vacuum, let's say you got interviewed by a podcaster and then on that podcast you offered the product, you're not being compared to all the people that they could find on Google or Amazon. So in that case, you could mark it up 20% higher, even though if all you were doing is marketing that product on Google, you couldn't raise it 20% because you're so much higher now than the other people that are on Google. People automatically exclude you in the decision-making process that they're going to make so quickly that they don't, even when you offer up 20% off later, they don't even remember you because they eliminated you as an option so quick it just didn't actually work. So anyway, if you could be cross-compared and are kind of seen as a commodity, it doesn't necessarily work per se. Or or just marketing on Google where it's very competitive, at least in terms of pricing. So, and at the very least, like I said, with the mailbox guys, luxury mailbox guys, you can actually, test this out for yourself very cheaply, very easily. You could raise your price up for 2 weeks, then run a promotion directly after it saying you're offering 20% off and see what your total sales did for, we'll just say a month. For that month that you did it versus the month before. And don't look at, of course you'll see a drop on your campaigns given that you raised your price, but what you want to do is look at how your overall sales are affected. Did they go up? Keeping your ad budgets the same and your marketing budgets the same, or did they not? And obviously, if you don't do this, you could be losing out on an extra 20-30% profit long term, like we had with the mailbox company, because you're stubborn and you didn't want to give it a shot for a month. Of course, you could lose money, but the upside is you could be making millions more in sales over the next 10 years because you understand that the discount play is, and having sales / promotions ongoing time to time is the way to go about doing it versus just having everyday low prices. So go ahead and give it a shot, in other words. Even if you think it might not work, it's worth giving it a shot because the upside's so great. In business, you're always looking to try to make small bets, even if you don't think they're going to work, to try to make big returns. Because 1 out of 15 of those small bets that you don't think might not work will work, and you'll have a 100x return because you figured that one thing out that you normally you wouldn't try. And most people, they don't get very far in business because they're not making these bets often enough. They get set in their ways and they're not growing because they're not finding new things that work for their business. You got to be able to put money up to find out stuff that can grow your business. You're not going to find it out being pessimistic about everything and not trying anything. You're not going to grow. So anyway, with that said, now in terms of running this test, where do you want to run this promo? Okay, so there's a lot of places that you're going to run this promo to take advantage of it. I mean, if you're going to take a hit on your conversion rate by raising your prices, you really want to do everything you can with the 20% off that you can offer later on to extract your and get back what you lost having your prices higher initially for the user who initially discovers you, back in the sales you're going to get from the other promotions you could run at that same, to those same people, the same audience, and actually end up with more money, considering it's going to cost money to even get those promotions out there a second time to them. And it costs money on the initial sale because the higher the price of product you have, for them, generally, not always, the less the conversion rate is going to technically be. So anyway, the first place that you're going to automatically do this is on the Google Display Network. So through your Google Ads account, you can run Google Display Ads. You can run different remarketing ads. So ads that show up for people after they hit your site. What I like to do is I break the audiences, if we're talking about e-commerce anyway, I break the audiences down into 4 different categories here. General, which would be everybody who hits the site, would be one audience that I create. And I do this through Google Analytics and then import my audiences into Google Ads so I can use them there. Then I'm going to have a high engagement audience. So anybody who's been on the site more than 2 minutes indicates to me that with that user that they're fairly interested in that product or service that we have. And again, these would be, when I say all people and high engagement like that, that's people who have not purchased anything from us yet. So we know, okay, the people in general, people that have been on the site for 2 minutes but haven't bought, those are 2 audiences we have so far. Then I'm also going to do cart abandoners. So anybody who hit the cart but hasn't bought, I put those into a separate audience. Then I also put one audience of just the past customers by itself, assuming that people in our market can buy more than once. Sometimes if they're going to buy once every 30 years, you don't do that. But if your business relies at all on repeat purchases, even if only a small percentage buy again, still do this. And then with this, you could run your ads to each one of these individual segments on different time frames and get different levels of results on each one. And then you'll just find out within all those different audiences which ones are worth spending more money on advertising to or less. So what I'll do for each one of these is I'll run like 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days. And then in some markets, 360 days, 540 days. And so you have a lot of different segments here. Each has a different level of engagement with our company, and then it's been a different length of time that they've had that engagement, which will affect how effective it is. Somebody who's been on your site 7 days ago is going to convert better than somebody that's been on your site 14 days ago, and so forth. So what you'll do then with your conversion tracking you have set up, you'll run your promotion, your banner ad that says you're offering 20% off for 4th of July weekend, must buy by April 10th, use code July 12 or July 20, whatever. And you run it to all of them. And then you just learn from the sales that come in through that which ones you should be doing for the next promotion. You'll learn on the first one to have it better on the second one that you do in August. I recommend doing a promotion every month to pull out the new fresh people that have came to your site in the last month but haven't bought yet. And so as per the promotion itself, not only should you do one a month, which for the most part I recommend just running it all month for that matter. You have to have an excuse for the promotion so it seems real. I always like to do the holidays, 4th of July. And then if there's no holiday in August, I'll do summer sale. Use code August20 this month and we'll give you 20% off if you buy by the end of the month. And then in September, it'll be Labor Day special, whatever. And just make it, because we know through the testing already, you don't have to do this testing for yourself, just take it from us, that if you have an excuse for the sale, it's going to convert more of the people that see it into buyers. Furthermore, you'll make more sales having a promo code in the ad than you will have not having a promo code, because we tested this as well. You don't want to just say 20% off and then come to our site to find out more about it. You want to say use XYZ discount code. And furthermore, you'll make even more money if the discount code is tied to the reason why you're offering the sale as well. So if it's supposed to be for 4th of July, the discount code should be July 20 or Independence 20, which Independence 20 is technically a little bit better because it's more tied to the reason of the promotion, why we're having the promotion. Even though 20, like July 20 would be pretty good because it's still at least tied to July. And it's supposed, the sale's supposed to run all July, then it's pretty well good with that alone. And it also ties in there what the promotion is. So they know the discount code really likely, if they go to use it, really will work and give them what you're advertising on the ad. Because it's, in people's minds, sometimes they're just thinking, this is too good to be true, or maybe it doesn't work. If you give them a discount code that clearly by reading it, it looks like, yeah, you really are having a sale, you've set this up, it's going to convert better. So using a discount code, have the discount code tied into the reason why you're having the sale, and have the reason why you're having the sale tied into the time of the year that it is. In some cases, you could do like a customer appreciation sale and do 20% off. We've done that quite often, and that'll be just to past customers, and that will work pretty good. And we'll run that like every 3 months instead of every month. That'll pull forward all the customer demand that we would have normally got from those customers reordering, but more so because if you let people come back on their own time, they're open to be poached by competitors or just forget who they purchased from. So what you're wanting to do is, even when they even get close to needing to reorder or order again, you have that offer out for them so they're buying before they normally would buy, which means they're going to buy more overall from you over the lifetime, which gives you a higher lifetime value from a customer, which means you could pay more to get new customers to your site in the first place. You see how this all ties together? So that's what you want to do right away for sure, is Google Display Network. Google Display Network is going to get your ads across the web on millions of different websites. Basically, any site you see a banner ad, you can get your banner ad that says 20% off for 4th of July. Use code July20 by the end of the month to get 20% off. Only good for this month. Which, by the way, I didn't mention that, but you should say only good for this month. Make it literal. You don't use this now, you're not going to get it at all. You're going to have to pay 20% more. And the idea is, for the user a lot of times is, oh shit, if I don't use this now, I might forget it, and when I go to buy, it might be too late. So they'll just, a lot of times, click through the ad and buy. A lot of other people, though, are going to see the promo, they're going to write it down, and then they're going to go buy on their next payday, which is the reason why, even though the conversion tracking may not show you get a lot of sales to this, people are going to use the code on their own schedule. Therefore, to see how profitable this is to you, you should be looking at how it affects your overall sales of through the company in general, not just how many people click through the ad. Because a lot of people are going to see your ad, internalize it, and then buy on their own time. Because when they're reading an article on CNN.com, they're not ready to whip out their credit card and buy from you, at least right then and there. They will see your ad and understand what you have. So even though you could use the conversion tracking to kind of see if you should be advertising to people who've been to the site 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, whatever, it doesn't tell you your overall return very good to know whether you should keep doing it or not. And I'm telling you, if you do this, if you're in the right market, it'll work very, very well. And the amount of sales the tracking picks up might be a third or a half of what it actually gets you. That's very, very normal. So anyway, beyond that, you could put this in your search ads. If you're running Google search ads or Bing search ads, right in the ad, say, July promo, 20% off, July only. And so right away, even if they haven't been to your site, and there's 4 ads to decide to click on at the top of Google, we've already ran this test. It's a lot of work to maintain, but you can get twice the click-through rate on your ad, which opens up twice the opportunity, and it'll also reduce your cost per click almost in half in terms of the quality score increase you're going to get by doing that as well. And all you got to do, which we program our search ads when we do this, so we do it a year in advance. We have discount codes made for a year in advance, and we set up a different search ad to run a year in advance for each month so that when the new month hits, it just switches to the new ad that has the July promotion on it, and then when July ends, it automatically switches to the ad that has the August promotion on it, and so forth, and just keep it going. You could do the same thing, setting up this promotion a year in advance like that by month using Google Merchant Center. In Google Merchant Center, there's Google Merchant Center promotions where you could put your discount code there, and then when you run PMAX campaigns or shopping campaigns and you're showing up in the shopping space on Google, when you hover over the ad, it has a promo code for them there, and it makes it more likely to buy from you because they see your promo there. That's another place you can use it. You can run your ads on Facebook. You run remarketing there, which it's the same thing as that I just talked about on Google Display Network. Set up different audiences for different levels of engagement, even though you can't do it at the same level as you can on Google on Facebook, like you can't do 3 minutes on the site, so on and so forth. But you can set up different audiences there and then test to see kind of where, how far out, how aggressively you want to promote your sale ad. But you take the same ad that works on Google and just use that same design on Facebook, and you pretty much work there. Then you could do YouTube, do a video ad on YouTube, then have that video ad show up for them if they're on YouTube. You can do email, of course. So a lot of people, if they're going to run promos, they run it on email, but they don't run on their ads. If it works in an email, by the way, and you try starting there only, it'll work 10 times better when you start putting it out on the ads, because not everybody sees that email that comes in. It's in the promotions tab. They get so many emails, they don't see it. Maybe it goes to spam. Ads are going to get seen every time, particularly as you could run them across millions of websites to the Google Display Network and on Facebook as well. And so no matter where they go, they're going to see it. So, but the main thing is here, the promotion, the design of the ad, the style of the ad. Make sure that style that you then use on Google Display Network on the banner ads there is the same style as your Facebook ad, is the same style on your YouTube ad, is the same style on your email push that you do. So that with the goal being that they see it in other places, and each time they see your ad, it pushes them more and more to want to do it, and they remember each other time that they see the ad. The ads are all designed differently. They're not going to get that. It's not going to work as good. Keep it all one cohesive strategy that runs on all the different platforms you can. You'll get the most possible sales that way. Trust me on that. And then to follow this all up, you run a Hello Bar on your site. So Neil Patel has a company called Hello Bar. It's at the very top of your website. I'm sure you've seen it before. You can run a thing at the very top inch of the screen that says whatever you want it to say, and then you could have 4th of July special. Use code July 20th by July 31st to get 20% off your order. But the thing about this is you can have this show up not just for everybody who comes to the site, but certain people. So if you just want to have this show up for people who click on an ad, you can do it. Or click on one of these ads in general that I gave you, so that you don't have to offer the discount to people that we're going to order anyway. But the people who click on your ads, they're not going to get lost and get to the site and go, or be skeptical and say, the ad said 20% off, but I don't really know if this is going to work. But if you got a hello bar that matches what's on the ad, you're going to get more out of this, because right away when they get to the site, they're confirmed. Yes, they weren't bullshitting. They're really having a sale for 4th of July. And I know if I spend the time looking for what I want again here, find it, and I go to order, they're really going to give me 20% off. So that it kills any skepticalness basically at that point in time. Just like any other landing page, if you're running any ad campaigns, if you say whatever's on the ad on the landing page, it always converts better. This is the equivalent of that. But instead of sending them to a landing page that says you're having the promo, which we've done that before, and that works pretty good in some instances, and it is an idea for you. The hello bar doesn't, negates the need for any of that, and just make sure that the user, when they hit the site, they always are going to see the reconfirmation of what they saw on the ad, and therefore get more out of that ad that you're running with the promo on it. So anyway, that's some basic details on how to run a sale if you're in a market where it's going to work and you're not in like a commodity type market and or just advertising on Google where it's kind of cutthroat in your market. If you like the video, by the way, you should give it a like and consider subscribing, as I have a ton of other videos on this channel that will show you how to make a ton of money with your ads. It's the best information you're going to find on YouTube, coming straight from an expert that has 15 years of experience and managing dozens of ad accounts at any given time for our clients. I give you the stuff that we use to guarantee our results on our client campaigns, so you can't go wrong with it. I also have a blog at guaranteeppc.com/blog. If you like the channel, you'll love my blog as well. If you have any questions about anything I covered here, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a comment on this channel, usually within a couple days' time. If you have any other PPC related questions, feel free to ask as well. As a final note, I offer a PPC management service at our firm, and we guarantee all the results that we offer here. So if you're looking for more sales out of your current ad campaign before you pay any fees, that's exactly what we offer here. In fact, if you have something that's really good to sell, I'm willing to work for free and take a percentage of your sales and help you scale your company. I can help you scale your sales from wherever you're at now to many, many, many millions per year, and take a simple cut of the sales on the way up. We do this for several clients now, and works extremely well. And looking to work with companies on this level as much as possible at this time moving forward, because we know our stuff works. So if you were looking for somebody who actually knows what they're doing, isn't going to give you a lot of BS, and somebody that's basically a hack, reach out to my firm. I don't work with all clients, but if you reach out to me, I'll look at your stuff and I'll try to get you an estimate of how much sales results I can get on your client on your account before you we take any fees at all from you. So, in terms of a proposal, and I'll be able to talk to you. So, if you want to find out if we can work together, reach out to me at guaranteeppc.com. I'd be happy to look over your stuff. That said, I'll wrap it up with that. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you on my next video where we have another great strategy for you there. See you later.